All right, everyone. Happy Friday. I'm going to give it just a little bit for people to go ahead and join the chat. I am excited to be talking about this topic, and if you can't see it, it's up there somewhere. We're going to be talking about how to build an online brand when you have a 9 to 5. And this is a question that I've gotten quite a bit about how I've been able to build a brand? Have I been able to really leverage the opportunities that I have all while working a 9 to 5? And I really want to be able to help you all in doing those same things. All right. So as you're joining the chat, go ahead and introduce yourself. Let me know. Oh no. We got a lot going on. Introduce yourself in the chat. Let me know where you're watching in from. If you are watching the replay, go ahead and still let me know where you're watching from. I'm always amazed by the people that watch from all over the country. But let me go ahead and let's get started. So, my name is Melissa Flurry. I am an executive career coach and founder of The Branded Career. And The Branded Career is a career and leadership development firm where we assist mid to senior level professionals not only move into leadership roles within corporate, but really develop them into top leaders within their industries as well as their communities. Something that we really also focus on is ensuring that we're closing that wage gap and that our clients are really getting paid market value and beyond market value. And so, speaking of that, this past Tuesday, I hosted a salary negotiation workshop with the Women of Color in Community Development, which meant amazing. I believe there was about 25 participants in the workshop who all learned how to negotiate their salary, how to do market research, and really understand the differences between needs and wants, and from a factual place, calculate the salary that they need to live their desired lifestyle. And so I usually host the salary negotiation workshop a couple times with the Branded Career and other organizations. So if that is a topic that you're looking to join in on, just make sure that you're following me. If you're not, I'm on LinkedIn, of course, Facebook, YouTube, and pretty active about it. So make sure that you're following me so that you don't miss out on any updates. So let's talk about personal branding. And I think that the reason I wanted to talk about this is because the name that I have for my company is called The Branded Career. And so when I started the company about 5 years ago, I realized that there are a lot of people who got a job, right? But they really were unsure of how to actually build a career, right? And I've noticed that the way that you build a career is through your brand that you intentionally develop throughout the years. And so personal branding became this whole buzzword within probably the last 10, 15 years. In that there's been this push for people to be way more intentional about their reputation, whether that be visually and just how other people perceive them. And so let's start by talking about what is a personal brand. And so the definition that I got from Wikipedia, I know I'm using Wikipedia, but I felt like this definition really encompasses everything that a personal brand is that it's the conscious and intentional effort to create influence and public perception of an individual by positioning themselves as an authority in their industry, elevating their credibility, and differentiating themselves from the competition. And so, obviously, I picked this just because the thing that stuck out to me was the authority within an industry. And so, it's a lot of stuff going on the internet, right? A lot of good stuff, a lot of foolishness, right? And there's so much things that we could consume. And as you get older and you're thinking about being way more intentional about who it is that you follow and the content that you consume, you tend to be way more picky, right? You want someone that is credible within their industry. You want someone that's an authority and well respected within their industry. And that is done by the way that they built their personal brand. And so I want you to think of your personal brand as your reputation, right? And that is the way that people perceive you. They perceive your skills, they perceive your experience. And the way that they get that perception is by the way that you display yourself day in and day out. Now, that can be first off at work during your 9 to 5, which I definitely encourage. But as you're building your personal brand online, now you have to be intentional about showing up on these internet streets, right? It's not as easy as clocking in, or showing up on work virtually, right? When you decide to build a personal brand, everything is on you. You decide what it is that you want to speak about. You decide how you want to show up. You decide the platform in which you want to be able to show up. And so I want to make sure that you're equipped with the right skills in order to do that. And so we talked about what a personal brand is, and I want you to understand why it's important to build a personal brand, especially within 2023 and beyond. And so you all have been seeing the layoffs that have been happening left and right. And one thing that I've noticed from those that leverage LinkedIn, Facebook, and any other social media platform is that those that already had a personal brand prior to a layoff were able to bounce back a little bit quicker than those that don't, right? So I always say get ready before you need to be ready, right? You always want to be prepared. And having a personal brand built prior to a layoff or a firing, downsizing, any of those things will really put you in a position where now you're able to leverage your network that you've already built, your community that you might have already built, and then even just your platform in general. If you decide that, you know what, hey, maybe I want to start my own business, people already know you, they like you, and they trust you because you were very intentional about building a personal brand prior to any situation. And so with not only job opportunities, your personal brand really increases your earning potential. And I find that there's a lot of professionals who are seeking to do, something on the side. And that could be a service-based business, product-based. I see that there are some professionals that are looking to get into speaking and get their speaking engagements. Something that I also encourage some of my clients to do is to do some consulting work. So that way you can figure out whether or not you want to own a business or do this full time. And so these are opportunities that you can leverage through building a personal online brand. Another reason why you should build a personal brand is for the networking and the relationship building opportunities. And so I find like attracts like. And so when you're online building a personal brand, you'll start to find your community of people who think the way that you do, or maybe a community of people that are going in the direction that you want to go into. And so I think it's important that when building a personal brand, you get those networking opportunities that you probably missed out on just because of work from home and virtual networking events. And so I think the personal brand aspect really helps to build genuine relationships and not just, those spots, what do you call it? The bots that, creep into your DMs and like, hey, let's link up, or hey, I have this business opportunity. You're able to really build genuine relationships. And so you might be asking, like, okay, hey, Mel, I understand what a personal brand is and how I might be able to leverage it. So now the next thing that you want to get into is the how piece, right? And so the first thing that I tell those that are interested in building a brand online is that you have to determine what it is that you want to be known for. And really, what that means is that you have to niche down into one specific topic, idea, or area that you want to be known for. And I know sometimes that can be a bit difficult because I find that, a lot of us have multiple passions. We might be multifaceted, but you want to create something that is consistent online so that when someone goes to your page, they know that they're going to get financial advice. When someone goes to your page, they know that they're going to get diversity and equity advice. When someone goes to your page, they know that they're going to get real estate advice, right? And so you want to be known for that one thing. Now, this isn't to say that you can't talk about other areas, but I encourage those that are going to talk about different things outside of their main scope is to kind of fit it within the umbrella, right? And fit it within the theme of what it is that you want to be known for. So I would definitely say 80 to 90% of the time you want to stay on brand with speaking about that one thing, and then go ahead and transition into talking about other things that you care about. The second thing in regards to building a personal brand is to pick the right platform for you. There are so many different social media platforms, right? There's Facebook, there's Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and my favorite, LinkedIn. And so I would say pick your method of delivery and pick your platform that really accentuates what it is that you want to do and accentuates your strength. And so this flows into the type of content. So with each platform or each social media platform, it really encourages a different type of content. So, with Instagram, it's going to be mostly pictures, right? Pictures, memes, or quotes, but everything is very visual. And whereas if with Facebook, you can kind of post whatever it is that you want. Facebook tends to be for an older crowd, and I found out I'm a part of that older crowd. Like I still think Facebook's the bomb, but it is what it is. TikTok is short spurts of information, and it definitely has to be attention grabbing within those first 3 to 5 seconds. And so I would say pick the platform that you can be the most consistent with, right? There's going to be so much advice out there about, oh, this is the best, YouTube's the best, and Facebook's the best, but it can't be the best for you if you're not consistent in producing the type of content that'll get you the exposure that you want. And so, after you've picked your social media platform or the platform that you want to really deliver your information, you want to think about the type of content that you want to produce. And I broke this up into honestly two types of content. You either want to produce video content or you want to produce written content. And so, video content can be broken down into short or long form. And so, your short form can be anywhere between a couple seconds to a couple minutes, and then your long form content can be those that are kind of like think pieces or learning pieces, things that you watch on YouTube. So those are the things that are like 15 minutes, 30 minutes, maybe even an hour. And so you want to think through that, whether that works for you. The second one is written, obviously. And so written can be broken down into, again, short and long form. And so with the short form, those are things from a couple of sentences to a paragraph. Your long form content can be those long posts that you see on see on LinkedIn or even on Twitter. And so those things can also be converted into newsletters if that's something that you're interested in doing, as well as blog posts if you want to upkeep and really grow your website. And I would say pick the method that really highlights not only your strengths, but highlights your desired outcome. So, for those that are looking into doing, let's say, speaking engagements and getting out there and facilitating workshops, you want to do video content because those prospective buyers and those that are going to hire you for your services are going to want to know, how do you speak? How do you engage with your audience? And so having video content out there you can use for your marketing material. And so you might be asking, and lastly on this point, you might be asking, like, okay, well, what kind of content? Like what should I put out there, And so I have a few introductory ideas that I think that you can use when thinking about building your personal brand. And so if you've never posted online, I would say the first kind of post that you want to use is an introduction post. And so your introduction post is literally you introducing yourself, what it is that you've done, and what it is that you plan on doing with this with this platform. And if you're thinking this kind of sounds familiar, well, essentially it's your elevator pitch. And so using your elevator pitch to really warm up your current audience and those that might be shifting through your page will really help people to understand whether or not they want to follow your content. The second thing I think is probably one of the easiest is that you want to go ahead and share your day. Sharing your day online really assists people with getting to know you a bit more personally. I think if you're in a space, or maybe you have an employer that allows you to share your day in the life, or maybe even some of the events that you're a part of that's within your brand, within your niche, go ahead and share that because people really want to feel and see what it is that you have going on. The third thing is I like to say your think pieces. And it's like, what have you learned from being in your specific industry? And I was going to jump to this point lastly, but I think it fits in right here. So the point of posting content is to share your unique point of view. And you can swap out the word unique for personal. Remember, this is a personal brand. You don't want your content to sound like everyone else's. It shouldn't, because it's coming from you and you have a perspective that's unlike everyone else's. So if there's something that you want to share, something that maybe pushes against the grain, something that might be a little bit controversial, go ahead and share it, do it respectfully. But I think that we have enough on the internet of people sounding the same, looking the same, wanting to do the same things. And having a personal brand online is about just bringing a different perspective. And so, another piece of content that you can share online is what I call success stories. And these can be things that you've personally achieved, or you've helped other people achieve. And so that could be your coworkers. If you have a side business, that could be customers and providing testimonials. And this also helps with the reputation and the credibility piece. So when you have other people vouching for what it is that you've done and what you can do, it really helps when you're seeking out other opportunities. And then lastly, reaction pieces. Like, we're reading tons of content and we're seeing things online. So if there are articles, blog posts, or newspaper clips that you really want to share online and also provide your own perspective on it, go ahead and share it. And then also welcome comments and engagement so that you can continue to build the community that you desire. And so I know that there are those of you out there that are looking to build a personal brand. Definitely watch this video from start to finish. Take some notes, but not only take the notes, go ahead and take action on it. Go ahead and start building up your LinkedIn profile, your Facebook, your Instagram, your YouTube video. And so that you're able to really put your perspective out there and really start attracting the opportunities that you desire for your career and outside of your career. So I have a couple of announcements for those that are still watching. One, the Career Catalyst is now open. For those of you that don't know what the Career Catalyst is, the Career Catalyst is a coaching program for those that are moving into a leadership role and really want to make sure that their salary is aligned with their expectation and that they're able to articulate their value so they're no longer overlooked for a promotion or overlooked for these senior level roles. So if you are interested in the Career Catalyst coaching program and want to learn more, send me a DM or email me at hello@thebrandedcareer.com. I'm really excited about this next cohort because it's going to be brand new material and I'm going to be teaching it live to a select group. And so I'm keeping this really intimate, really small. I'm only accepting 5. So if you want to be a part of this next cohort, go ahead and send me a DM. So my last announcement is that if you're still seeking to book out for your Black History Month and Women's History Month programming for your job or for your organization, I'm still accepting bookings to come in to speak. I speak on the topics of women's leadership development, salary negotiation, as well as personal branding. So you can again reach out to me at hello@thebrandedcareer.com. So that is all I had for you all on this beautiful Friday. I can't wait to come next week to speak to you all on another topic. And with that, have a good day, guys. Bye.